once again, Star Wars and Unboxing Shows. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. Today, we are doing our annual, I guess you could say, crafting show, where we're doing a gingerbread house in honor of the holidays approaching. I'm going a little earlier this year, also because I wanted to celebrate all things Star Wars as well. Rise of Skywalker, end of the Skywalker saga, Mandalorian coming out in a week. So, pretty cool stuff. So what we're going to do is this baby right here. We're going to make, this is just a Hasbro Jawa Sandcrawler, but I decided I'm going to try my best at doing a Sandcrawler gingerbread house. Now, just so you know, I'm not a baker, I am not a cook, I am not an expert in any way, shape, or form. I've done a few projects, just kind of tried them out, and I'm pretty happy with the results. This is a little bit more three-dimensional, so we're going to try something a little bit more challenging this year. So what I've done is I've kind of taken the general idea of the Sandcrawler, and I've kind of made up some templates. You can see I used a priority mailbox because A, they're free, and cardboard works a little bit better than using paper or even cardstock. Alright, so I did a right side and left side, okay? Along with that I have a top piece, okay, and I don't have anything on the bottom. And then these are just some pieces, and I kind of marked them because I did them a few days ago. Front middle, front top, front bottom, rear bottom, rear top, and this is just an extra piece for because I need any filler. Okay, but here's the thing. Putting these things up straight and then trying to glue them together, that's hard enough to do when it is a rectangular or square house, okay? And I've not had much luck with that, so I'm going to try something a little different. I am going to utilize a very special device to try to keep everything together. You got it. Rice Krispie treats. I am going to make some Rice Krispie treats, and I'm actually going to make them in the form of the inside of the Sandcrawler so that I can actually glue the pieces, once I make the gingerbread, to the Rice Krispie treats. Okay, and it'll all still be edible, and it'll be particularly helpful in things like this where we're going to have some upside down things, and things might have a tendency to want to fall off. We'll probably have to put something underneath here, either a clear or an acrylic rod or something to support it. Okay, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's see how we do. So as you can see, we have successfully made a template, okay? Now this is still kind of soft, and one of the things I want to mention is that you can't really wait for the Rice Krispie treats to harden too much. You want to like maybe just leave them out a minute or two. And I'm trying to do this with 2 batches. Probably would have been better off doing it with 3. However, I don't mind if I just kind of use this as a base, and you know I can use some other things like other like food items like cookies or whatever to just kind of help fill it out, and then from there we can build from there. So it won't be too big of a deal. And I can also lean, like let's pretend once this thing is vertical, up on its side, I can always put a few other items. In fact, probably just kind of spreading the base a little bit here, just to. And one thing I might do before I before I cut the gingerbread itself, I might actually redo the template based on this shape as opposed to this. I mean, obviously I have the treads at the bottom here, which really are just meant to be, I'm just gonna put some Oreo cookies in for the treads. Okay, so it's gonna be good. I think we're looking forward to getting this going. Okay, so after letting everything cool completely, as you can see it's daylight out now, so we're into the next day. Most of the pieces came out pretty good. My little droid, I made a few extra droid pieces here to kind of build. They kind of fell apart, but that's okay because all we have to do is put a little royal icing together and we can very easily fix that, okay? This side of the Sandcrawler came out perfect. Well, you know, minus a little bit of, you know, I call it lived-in look. That will be shown right here. And then we did have a little accident with this one. Turned out that the other piece was a little bit tall, so I tried to score some of it off, and it did break this part off. But that's not really a big deal because again, my whole point is I want to glue this with that royal icing to this. I actually trimmed this back so that this will be the center for everything. It will hold all of the material together. And I'm very much looking forward to putting it together because it's a heck of a lot less worry when you don't have to have it holding itself up like a house of cards. Okay, so now just time to make the royal icing. Here is the final product. All right, so I might put something else over here. I'm not sure yet. I might just put like a Christmas tree or some type of a holiday-esque themed thing, even if it's just an ornament or something. But for now, this is a little early that I'm doing these. So we have our, we do what we can with the with the items that we have available. So I will say this, guys, once when it comes to what I've discovered in doing any kind of craft or baking craft or anything of that nature is that mistakes are not mistakes. Okay, mistakes are simply changes of direction of what you're going to do. Okay, now I'm sure that those that are professional bakers and professional pastry artists would disagree, and they would have a plan, and I get that. But you know, this is just a bit of fun for me. So just to give you a little idea, so as I said, I used the Rice Krispie treats as a way to kind of hold the basic unit together. It was an extra step, it took a little extra time, but for the most part, it worked really, really well. I will say down here, there was a little bit of opening there, but it seems to be pretty solid at this point. I might put something there just like overnight, just so when it truly hardens, it'll be fine. Okay, and for cosmetic sake, I put some marshmallow peeps, Christmas trees in here to kind of block it. Okay, we have our Oreos, our Christmas themed or holiday themed Oreos for the wheels. Okay, I did not do that on the other side. You might have noticed in the high-speed video, I actually started icing the wrong side to attach it. It was reversed, so I had to do some quick thinking, and I realized that I always display my unit, you know, whatever the piece is, I always display it from one angle. So I'm not going to go around the back. I just basically did the top side here and a little bit of the back here. Okay. And you can see here I used Andy's mints for the tracks, which I thought was a little clever. And I used the remaining Rice Krispies that I didn't use. I crushed them up a little bit. You can still see a lot of things, but I crushed them up a lot to make them appear more sandy. And then, you know, we had our couple of droids here. I started to use some piping on a little R5D4 there. This is one of that little dome droid that's in the film. I just used some broken pieces and kind of attached a few things to them. And these two droids, well, I ran out of piping, so those guys are just going to be bare. But that's okay, because this guy, this tall one, was going to be this droid anyway, and I decided to dig out, this is the R1 series, so I decided to dig out the action figure. And as far as other figures, we have Luke. Of course, this is Luke with his lightsaber, but it's kind of rubber banded to his hand, so I decided to leave it. Looks like he's about to slice 3PO's throat. Merry Christmas, or sorry, R2's throat. Merry Christmas, R2. But no, that's not what it is. It's just that it's kind of a hard thing for him to balance on, so we'll just leave it at that. Now, the one thing I'm a little concerned with is what's going to happen when I have to move this unit from this table to where it's going to be on display for this season. But we will not worry about that just yet. We're going to let it really solidify so that the more solid it is, the better off it'll be. It seems like this thing is leaning in the right. It looked like it was leaning back a little bit, but it seems the weight has been brought forward. So there you have it. There is my 2019 Gingerbread. I feel is a masterpiece. I know that people can, I mean, you can look on YouTube and look on Facebook for massively more impressive gingerbread models and designs, Star Wars and related and otherwise. But for what I do with my limited knowledge, I'm pretty happy with it. And I'd highly recommend the Rice Krispie treat thing if you want to do something more three-dimensional. If you go back on my other videos, you'll see that I've done a lot of things that were flat-based, like the Millennium Falcon or the land speeder. The only one I did raised speeder, but that was basically just a thin piece vertical. So I just had to figure out a way to prop it up. That was a lot easier. I tried last year the coaxium train from Solo, and I started doing it. I started being more aggressive in doing it vertically, and then it just tipped over. So I did what I said. I just called it a new direction and tried something else, and it worked. So this one I'm pretty happy with. I think my skills are a little bit better now. Now that I understand how gingerbread works, at least the recipe I use. So leave some comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any other ideas of things that you've done, if you want to let me know, like shoot me an email. You can with a picture or videos of any of your works, please do. Again, my email is darthvader77@gmail.com. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the information is at the end of the video. Until then, until the next video, may the force be with you.